flora and fauna in independent Scotland had a very odd beginning. I was walking on the island of Hoy in Orkney, and I just began to hear these little voices of various creatures, and I was in a panic because I didn't have a notebook or anything with me, and I thought I've got to try and remember them. Independence! What's that at all, eh? Hey, gonna geese a bit of your hearty supper, pal? Aye, and I will batter you if you don't. They were definitely speaking to me in Scots, these creatures. They were all creatures for that matter. Me and my pals was looking for the party. Aye, we ken Shug and Senga, and Jimmy and Senga, and Wally and Senga, and cheers, Agnes. The sense that the Scots' voices were very different, they were kind of from all over the place. Oh, I'm no fussy. Omnivoracious me. I tell you though, I really like a bit of mealy jerker with chips, a pickled egg and a dodded chinky skirt fry, and some curry sauce to wash it down. The poem was arising at a time when there was a lot of discussion in the media, I suppose, about the possibility of Scotland becoming an independent nation, and people were beginning to get a whiff of a Scottish Parliament not so far away, and it did look as if it was beginning to be a reality. And I was a bit concerned that our national traits were perhaps not quite up to the task that was. Santa Claus? I have a clean beak too. Look, believe me, there's no sick a buddy. Well, I would surely ken. I live down your lum, don't I? Aye, and it's awfully nice and cosy in my stoury wee snug. Folks like me there, for I'm a right character, so I am. The prophecy, I think, is somewhat fulfilled. Sea parrot, they cry me, for my deed comical mannerisms and my big smiley beak. Sea parrot, affectionate like, aren't ye? What a joke. See if I could build a floating nest. Do you think I'd set yin web fit in your smelly wee country? I still think we need to be careful. But not without optimism, I think most of us are. Was like us, damned few, and we're all dead. We're standing in the main street of New Galloway. It's a small town that I used to visit occasionally when I was in my late teens. Somewhere up the road here is an ancient ash tree, and embedded in it, as my memory tells me, there's a small metal cross. Like a fossil, the tree endured behind the village. And this looks like it. Years ago, to the people's blessing, a metal cross was hammered like a brand into its hide. I think the cross is round the other side of the tree. Through time, the tree absorbed the cross, took it to its heart. The chemistry of wood and metal caused reiteration of the sign, ring after ring, into the core of the tree. Then it was felled, its old bark sheared, its length cut repeatedly and poised like sculpture in the yard for seasoning by the weather. The carpenter, who used to mark his craftsmanship with a small carved fish, found the echo of a cross all through his timber and knew he would have to make another table. It's the Last Supper, basically. Also something to do with sacrifice, I suppose. What's the table for? It's also something about community, people gathering together around a table. The image of the fish comes from several sources. Obviously it is a Christian symbol again, quite overtly so, but a lot of traditional craftsmen in wood do mark their work with a little animal. And it was really both of these things that were in my mind, so again it has the Christian element and again it has the craftsman element. Pattern's something that I think I personally respond to a lot, although I suspect that many people do, and it's something I think that human beings naturally look for in life and the world, and we're very relieved when science reassures us that there are patterns, sometimes at least. In terms of poetry, I like the traditional things of rhyme and rhythm very much, and the music of poetry. I write aloud. I like starting off with a detail and allowing it to kind of work into something much more, I hope, more meaningful or more poignant in some sense. Table is an attempt, I think, to partly look at the creative process in an oblique way. The process of creating a poem through time is addressed through the process of creating something in wood. It's also, I think, an attempt to say something for a community of people. It's also, I think, an attempt to understand that things happen in cycles, that things recur and things repeat. Perhaps even the idea of the rings of the tree, there's some kind of eternal recurrence through that, perhaps.
Listen, speakers. I was a spore in heaven's air before I settled in this ground. Move apart the leaves and mould, and by my bruises you will know you've found an angel. Take me in. Listen, speakers. I am waiting in the churchyard where the boulder smashed the tree. Move the fragments carefully. Tightly bound in tainted skin you'll see an angel. Take me in and let me eat. Listen, speakers. What is this garden where I wait? And is there, far beyond these walls, a city shrouded all in light, where restless people dream about the fall of angels? Sing me healing sleep. Listen, speakers. The sun has drained its wine away, and comes the moaning of the curlew and the wind song of the whooper, earthbound with a broken wing like a wounded angel. Take me in, and let me eat, and sing me healing sleep. In Songs of the Falling Angel there was a ritual involved, and we conceived it as something which would be performed in a church or a building of that kind, a building that had that kind of power, roof beam. There is an angel lying broken on a roof beam, an angel lying broken on a roof beam, and all around the earth is flesh and blood. There is a young girl with a baby in her belly. There is a young girl with a baby in her belly, and all around the earth is flesh and blood. There is a wing covert burning brightly in a pylon, a wing covert burning brightly in a pylon. A face staring from a furrow in a hillside, a face staring from a furrow in a hillside. In the bottom of a bottle, an angel's claw caught and broken in the bottom of a bottle. There is a young girl crying, crouched among some sacking, a young girl crying, crouched among some sacking, and all around the earth is flesh and blood. The poems actually are a narrative. They actually tell a story from a certain beginning to a certain end, and there is a narrative thread running through them. And again, we wanted, in a sense, to tell a story. The idea of a disastrous descent of an angel brought down by human agency, if you like, then some kind of recovery process again through the good of human beings on the ground, tending to and looking after, and the possibility of some kind of, I guess, hope growing out of something so Pods, 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 hereabouts. I'm looking for pods. Don't mind me, thereabouts. I'm not a worry, I'm nobody's business. Whereabouts? Pods, pods, pods. Finch, finch, finch. Somewhere. What's a name? It doesn't matter. Anywhere. I'm not a problem to myself. Finch, 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 pods. Nowhere. Have it your own way. Each bird represented in this sequence of poems is now extinct, but Last Flights gives it a chance to tell its story. Although the bird is expressing its character, there's an element of allegory about it as well, I suppose, and I guess there's a satirical thread running through it too. Let your oh go, oh let your oh go. Give your oh one more chance to go where only oh go. Don't pluck your oh first, oh no, but let it go, just let it go. Don't put its best on an old king's nape. It's not an honour for an oh to see its beauty spread across the sagging shoulders of a king which weren't bred for sprouting wings, no matter what his people say, no matter what your high king thinks, this king of yours being just a man. So let the oh go, man, and let it go before it can't, for now it seems that everybody's all jumped up, upset the cart, become 100 little kings, when only one was once enough. Oh no, oh no. So, let this oh go, boys, let it go and let it go. Don't fry it up and gulp it down, don't pluck it first, oh no, oh no. Just let this oh go, boys, and give an oh one more chance to go where only oh go.